Hi everyone. I just want to show you how to use the image planes for the face that I supplied in the classroom. First thing you want to do is go to the Create tab, and I'm doing this in 3ds Max, but the whole concept I'm going to demonstrate can be done in Maya also. You do want to make sure that you're working in feet, so go to Customize Unit Setup and make sure you're using some kind of US standard feet, okay? And you'll need to change that in Maya also. So let's create a plane, and I'm going to go into the front view and just drag out a plane. Immediately go to the Modify tab, take out the internal geometry if there is any. So if this says 4 and 4, just right click on both of these spinners, and I'm going to change this to be 1 foot by 1 foot. All right. I'm also going to center it to the world by just right clicking on the spinners at the bottom of the screen. All right. So if I go into perspective, you'll see that I just have that sitting there. Okay, let's come in, hold down Shift, make sure angle snaps are on, and rotate this in a negative 90 degrees, and make it a copy. All right, so this is going to be our front view. You can see from the word front on this cube, and then this one is going to be our side view. So the left view. So what I want you to do is just simply move these straight back. So it's exactly opposite of the way they're named. So the front goes back, the left goes to the right. And if you had another plane that was going to be our top view, which we do not have right now, the top would go to the bottom. In other words, you would drag it downward. Okay. All right, let's create a quick standard material. I pulled one out here and I've already got the image attached to it. So I want you to just attach the bitmap to the standard. This happens to be my left view, so let me just drag that on there. And then here's my front view. So I'm going to just drag that on there. Now, if by chance your image looks blurry, what you'll want to do is we want to go to, I think, the plus sign, configure viewports, display performance. This might say 512 on your computer. If it does, change it to a larger number like this, 2048. Okay, that'll make sure that your image planes are extremely sharp and not blurry. All right, next thing we need to do is in the left view, there's this black line that represents the center of the world. I want you to take this image plane and just pull it straight back so that you're somewhere between the nose and the back of this eyeball reference. Okay. Now what you can do is grab both at the same time, right click over one of them, go to Object Properties, uncheck Show Frozen in Gray, pick Backface Cull, and then pick Freeze. All right. So what's nice about that is if you go behind it, the image disappears. That way if you're looking at your face from this side, you don't have to worry about the image plane being in the way. Okay, the way this works is that you start with a single plane and you start building this face using the template. So you build the red first, theoretically all the red first, but I find that building some red and then some green in between actually goes the fastest. So let me show you how you start. All right, so I'm going to come in, and because we centered these to the world, they're already like perfectly aligned. So I'm going to create a plane. I'm just going to drag it right over this little red polygon right here. I'm going to, in the Modify tab, make sure that I'm only using one length segment, one width segment. So if this says 4 and 4, make sure that you switch it to 1 and 1. Okay. Do not worry about the size or anything because we're going to be matching it to the template. All right. Let's immediately convert this to an editable poly. I'm going to hit Alt X to go into transparency mode, and then I'm going to go and zoom in, and I'm basically just moving these vertices to match the template. Okay, so that seems simple enough. Let's go in the left view. Now in the left view, the reason I had you move the face back was because everything that was just created now is on this black line. It would have been right in the middle of the head. So it makes it a little bit harder, but once you start working in your left view, you only move things left or right. You don't move them up or down. Okay. Now the polygon is so tight on itself basically that sometimes it's hard to know which vertex is the one that's supposed to be slightly in front of the other one. I think it's this way, right here, but we'll fix that soon enough if it's not right. And let's see up here if there's a way to, I must have been really zoomed in. Okay, I'm pretty sure this taller one goes here, and then the one that's slightly shorter goes there. All right, that's our first polygon. Let's go back to the front view. Now what we do is we start working off of this polygon. This is why I said you don't just start building all the red ones. You're going to actually build green ones. So I'm holding down Shift, and I'm just pulling off some edges like this. And I'll just do 4 right now. So let's go ahead and start moving these vertices into place. And it's really just that simple. It's just follow the template. And what you'll do is in one view, you'll line it up perfectly. And then when you go to a second view, it's only left or right. Now in this case, you'll see they're all on top of each other. Well, just start with either the lowest vertex or the highest vertex and just take it all the way left until it stops. So you can see that that lines up perfectly with that position. I'm going to come here. That looks like it lines up there. Now this one, maybe this one goes all the way over here. So I thought I had the furthest most polygon, but obviously I didn't. And now you see how they start to fall into place. Okay, so let's just look at that in perspective really quickly. You'll see that we've got the beginning of the curvature of the forehead. Okay, so when I come back in the next video, we'll just continue this process.